Hello to Form 2s, it's math series on revisionug.com. Please, I urge you to subscribe, share and follow for the latest updates. Together we can eradicate math fears. Let us get started. So today we are going to start with our new topic, and this is what we call inequalities. So we are going to understand what an inequality is. So we are looking at inequalities. So an inequality, so we have in and equality. So inequality, this is an opposite of equality, whereby an inequality in simple terms means a relationship between two values that are not equal. So it is just a relationship between two values that are not equal. So we are having two values and these values aren't equal. For example, if we have a 3 and a 4, so we are now having a relationship between 3 and 4, whereby now this one is going to be 3 is less than 4. So this is what we call an inequality. So 3 is less than a 4, vice versa, that is 4 is greater than what we call a 3. So in this topic, this is what we are going to dwell with or at. So looking at imbalances, things that are not equal. So when you're looking at these inequalities, also what we have to bear in mind is they're not only numbers or values. So we are also going to deal with what we call variables or the unknowns. That is, we can deal with these ones in terms of x, then y, it can be p, it can be q, z. So in terms of algebra, so they are going to be, some of them are going to be algebraic. Alright, so under this topic, when we are looking at inequalities, we have some symbols we have always to follow. So let us look at the symbols we use here. One, there is this symbol which looks like letter L. You know, when we're writing L, is just like this, and this L will stand for less than. So whenever you see something which is like L, like this one, it is this symbol represents what we call less than. And again, the opposite of L, this one which is looking backwards or behind, then this one becomes greater than. So this one is less than, then this one is greater than. Then apart from these two, then we are going to have what we call, what is this one, less, then when we put it on this one, then it becomes less or equal to. Then we can get this one, we've said this is greater than, then when we put on that one, then it becomes greater or greater or equal to. So my dear learner, I have to master the symbols, because these are the symbols that we are going to use in this lesson. So we use less than, greater than, less or equal to, or greater or equal to. Now, for example, let us take some examples here. For example, let us look at this. So when we have, this is 2x, then minus 3, then we have this symbol, then 10. So do you remember what this is? So this one is looking like letter L. So this is less than. So this is 2x minus 3 is less or equal to a 10. Then we can also have 2x minus 2, we have this, then 4x plus 6. So this is what we are going to dwell with. So this is 2x minus 2, it is less than. So this is less than. Then we can also dwell, we can also have quadratic inequalities, that is x squared, then plus 2x, then plus 1 is this. What is this symbol? If you remember, this is greater than, therefore 2x squared plus 2x plus 1 is greater than 0. Then we can have this one, this is a 3/8 into x plus 1 is this into brackets 4 plus 2x. So how do we read this one? This is 3/8 into x plus 1 is greater or equal to 4 plus 2x. So these are what we call inequalities. So what I want you by the end of this lesson to understand is to identify different symbols and what do they mean. Alright, so from there, now let us look at solving some inequalities. Let us start solving inequalities. As I told you, an inequality, it is the opposite of an equation. So equations, they are balancing. So inequalities, they are not balancing. But before we get started here, we have to take one note. So the note we have to make is that when we are dividing, whenever we divide or multiply both sides of an inequality, both sides of an inequality with a negative integer. With a negative integer, what does this mean? So what does this imply? With a negative integer, it reverses the what? It reverses the inequality or the sign, inequality symbol or the sign. For example, here, if I have negative 2x is greater than a 4. Suppose I have this. Now if I divide by negative 2, then I divide by negative 2, then automatically this is going to become x, then this one is going to become negative what? And negative 2. So initially it was a negative greater than a positive, but now this side we are seeing now this side is becoming a negative and this one is becoming a positive. That's why the inequality sign has to do what? To change, then it becomes less than. So please, you have to put this one into minds whenever we are dividing or multiplying an inequality with a negative integer. What happens? The symbol changes. If it has been less than, it becomes greater than. If it has been greater than, it becomes a less than. So please let us now get started. So we are our example number 1. We are having 3x plus 1 is less or equal to 4x minus 5. So we are going to solve this inequality the way we solve the equations. So how do you solve equations? We collect like terms. Let us first go back to certain equations. For example, if you have 3x plus 1 is equal to 4, how do you solve this one? From senior 1, we already said that we use the additive inverse, that is 3x plus 1 minus 1 is equal to 4 minus what? A 1. Therefore this is 3x giving us a what? A 3 divided by 3 divided by 3. So this is x giving us a what? A 1. So all these procedures we use when we are solving equations, we are going to apply them. Only that what is the changing? We are not having the equal signs. It is imbalancing. It is an inequality. But all the procedures we followed when solving equations, we are going to apply them here. So right here I have this equation and this inequality and this inequality. Now meaning that I'm going to collect like terms. I'm going to take this one this way. So 3x plus 1 is less or equal to 4x minus a 5. So the first step is to take this one here. What is this one? It is a positive. Therefore it's going to be 3x plus 1 minus 1 is less or equal to 4x minus 5 minus what? A 1. Therefore this side we have now 3x is less or equal to 4x. Now negative 5 negative 1, we get negative what? 6. Now the next step is to take this 4, this 4 is positive, so it's additive inverse, its opposite becomes negative 4x. Therefore and this is going to be 3x is less or equal to 4x minus 6. Then this will also minus 4x. Now some people will get confused and fear. They say, can this one work because a negative and negative? Yes, you are right. Therefore 3x minus 4x, what do we get? We get negative x, right? Then less or equal to, this is a 0, then negative what? 6. So we are going to divide by negative 1 and we divide by negative 1. So from there this one is going to give us x, then this one is going to give us a 6. Before dividing it was negative less than this negative, but again now we are seeing a positive, now positive. Therefore we have divided using a negative throughout, so it is going to change the symbol. They are no longer in the same way. Therefore we are now going to have greater or equal to a 6. So this one makes our answer. So let us get another example. So please, I urge you to follow, to subscribe and share with your friends, because together we can eradicate math fears. Math is very simple, it is possible. So please, I urge you to follow Revision UG for the latest updates in different subjects and topics. Alright, so let us get another example here. We are having example 2. It is saying x minus 1 is less or equal to a 5. Wow, this is very simple. What are you going to do? This is x minus 1 plus 1 is less or equal to a 5 plus a what? A 1. Therefore this is x is less or equal to a what? A 6. Therefore this one is very simple. Then example 3, you can follow me as you are there with your book writing. You can also try with me as I'm writing. You can also pause the video. You also guess, or you build your answer. Then x plus 2 is greater than 6. So this is greater, so we collect like terms. This is x plus 2 minus 2 is greater than 6, then minus 2, then x is greater than what? 4. That is the number 3. Example 3. Oh, example 3 is saying 2x minus 3 is less or equal to 13 minus 6x. Now here this is an equation. Even this one, actually this is an inequality, so we have 2 of them. Therefore, what are we going to do? This is what we are going to do. So it is now going to be 2x minus 3 is less or equal to 13 minus 6x. What are we going to do first? To bring this 3 to match with the 13. So 2x minus 3, what is additive inverse of negative 3? It is positive 3, less or equal to 13 plus 3 minus 6 what? X. What we have now here? This is 2x, then less or equal to, what is this one now? It is 16 minus 6x. What is the next step? To take this 6x this way. Now what is this 6x? It is a negative, so additive inverse is going to be a positive. So additive inverse, it means that the opposite sign of that digit we are dealing with, or that term we are dealing with. So this is 2x now plus 6x is less or equal to 16 minus 6x plus 6x. This one has died to a 0. Because you have a 6, they're demanding you 6, you pay up for this 6, you remain with nothing. Now what is this one? We are having 8x is less or equal to 16. Still we divide by 8, so by 8 1 by 8x then is less or equal to by 8 1 by 8 here too. So here the sign hasn't changed, simply because we have divided using a positive integer. Still now we are going to look at our example 4. It is saying a quarter into x minus 1 is less than x out of 3. Now we are having fractions. Then what are we going to do? We can first ignore the fractions, so we can multiply throughout, or we can use the LCM. Here we can use the approach of the LCM to remove the denominators. So the LCM of 4 and a 3, automatically this one is 12. So this one, it is 1 times this one, it is x minus 1 all over a 4 is less than x out of a 3. So we multiply throughout by the LCM times the LCM. So by 4 1, then by 4 here we remain with a 3. But what I urge you is that when you're doing this number, don't leave the brackets behind, because some people will just say x minus 1 out of a 4. Yes, times a 12. No, this one is not applicable. It's going to give you a wrong answer. So the bracket must be there, because there are two unlike terms there. Now then here by 3 once by 3 here it's a 4. Now here we are having 3 into x minus 1, automatically this one is gone, is less than 4 times x. Then what is this one? 3 times this one. From our first term we looked at opening brackets, then 3 times this x, then we get 3x, then minus 3 times this one, 3 is less than 4 times x, that is 4x. So what we have, we are going to collect like terms. What are we taking this way? So we are going to take our 3 this side, but the 3 is a positive, so its additive inverse is going to become negative. So we are going to bring it this way, so it is a negative additive inverse. Therefore 3x minus 3x minus 3 is less than 4x minus 3x. So all of this one has died to a 0, so we have negative 3 is less than 4x minus 3x, that is x. Now that is the answer. Now if you try to change this one, it means that if you want to start with an x, then to be x is greater than negative 3. Okay, now let us look at one more. Let us look at one more example. So this one is saying n number, this is example 6. right? Now this one is saying n plus 1 out of 2 minus n minus 3 out of 4 is less than n plus 2 out of 3. Alright, so as I've told you, when you are having fractions, if you remember how to solve fractional equations, we said we use the LCM to eliminate all the denominators. So the LCM of 2, 4 and 3, what is that? Is it a 12 or not? Let us find out. So from our methods of getting LCM, then this is a 2, we remain sorry, here it is a 2, 1 here, this is a 2, a 3, then a 2 here, 1, 1, 3, then 3, 1, 1, 1. So it is 4 times 3, because 2 times 2, this is a 4, then the LCM is 12. So here we are going to allow brackets, then n plus 1 into brackets all over a 2, then minus, allow brackets, minus 3 over a 4, then greater than, allow brackets, n plus 2 all over a 3. So times LCM, even this one, times the LCM, which is 12, then even here times 12. So by 2 1, by 2 6, then 6 into n plus 1 minus by 4 once, by 4 into 12, here we get a 3, so 3 into n minus 3, then greater than, by 3 once, by 3 here 4, that is 4 into n plus a what? 2. So this is a 6n plus 6 minus 3n, then negative times a negative, we get a positive, then 3 times a 3, that's a 9, less than 4n plus an 8. So we are now going to collect like terms. So 6n minus 3n, then plus 9 plus 6 is less than 4n plus an 8. So now it was 6n minus 3n, then plus 9 plus 6 less than 4n plus an 8. Therefore, what I have in 6n minus 3, this is 3n plus 9 plus this 6, this is 9, 10, so this is 15, is less than 4n plus 8. So we bring this one here. Now this is 3n plus 15 minus 15 less than 4n plus 8 minus 15. Now 3n is less than 4n. Now 8 plus 8 minus 15, we get negative 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and negative 7. So also this one is brought this way. So 3n minus 4n less than 4n minus 4n minus 7. Now this is negative what? This is negative n less than negative 7. So divide by negative 1, negative 1. So negative with negative, a positive, but don't cancel them. So because we have divided using a negative, so it turns to be greater than a 7. Another one here, it is saying a quarter, this is a quarter of x plus 5 is greater or equal to 1 plus x out of 2. Now here we are having fractions and numbers. For example, here we have okay, let me write it here. This is a quarter x, then plus 5 out of 1 greater or equal to 1 out of 1 plus x out of 2. Now the LCM, we are now going to use the LCM. The LCM of 4, 1, 1, 1 and 2 is going to be the 2. So the LCM here is going to be a 2. So this is a quarter x, which is now going to be a quarter x, then times 2, then plus 5 out of 1 times 2 is greater or equal to 1 out of 1 times 2 plus x out of 2 times what? 2. So the LCM multiplies all the terms. Then here, sorry, the LCM is not a 2. Sorry. So the LCM is a 4. So here times 4. Even here it is times 4. And again here we multiply throughout by 4. So by 4 here 1, by 4 1, so 1 times x, that is x. Then this is 5 times 4, this is 20, then greater or equal to 1 times 4, it is 4 plus by 2 once, then by 2 here 2 times x, that is 2x. So we take our 20 this way. So x plus 20 minus 20 is greater or equal to 4 minus 20 plus 2x. Now let us first clean here. We are going to use this part here. Alright. Now so here it is x. This is automatically 0 from here. Then it is greater or equal to, now 4 minus 20, that is negative 16 plus 2x. So we take this 2 this way. Now this is x minus 2x is greater or equal to negative 16 plus 2x minus 2x. What are we getting? This is negative x is greater or equal to negative 16. We divide by negative, divide by negative. So what was our note? The note was saying whenever we are dividing a negative integer throughout on both sides of the inequality, the signs must change. So this one becomes x is now less or equal to the 16. Alright, so activity. So our number 1, 3x minus 5 less or equal to 4. And number 2, 2 into 3x plus 1 is greater or equal to 4x minus 3. Number 3, 3x plus 4 is less or equal to 6x minus 7. Number 4, 2y minus a quarter is greater or equal to 7. Number 5, negative x minus 16 is greater or equal to 3x. Number 6, here it is saying 0 is less than 2 minus 3x out of 4 is less or equal to a half. Then we have a third b minus b plus 2 is greater or equal to 8. Then we have 3 is greater or equal to 7 minus x out of 2. Then is greater or equal to a 1. This is 7, 8. The number 9, it is the temperature. This one is in a word form, word problem. The temperature reading on the Fahrenheit scale, on the Fahrenheit scale and Celsius scale, are related by the equation. This is C is equal to 5 out of 9 into F minus 32. What range of F corresponds to 30 less or equal to Celsius less or equal to 40. So you've been a good learner. I urge you to subscribe, please, to share and follow. We meet in the next lesson. It will be lesson 2.